Hey, recently Corepunk developers shared the current state of game development and future plans. This makes sense since their last development update was in March, which left many players concerned about the game's progress. At the same time, the developers' silence is understandable, as they haven't yet delivered all the content promised in that March article. We've received several new additions: the Champion Hero, Prison Island, Tier 3 weapons and chips, triple stat artifacts and new alchemy. A few days ago, we also got the Mastery Talents rework and, surprisingly, the third chapter of the storyline quests along with the rework of the steps, a location that plays a direct role in this questline. The only thing still missing from the March update is new runes. In their latest article, the developers stated we'll receive this soon and share their priorities for future development. In today's video, I'll cover this new content and share the developers' plans for the future. Let's begin. Let's start with the Mastery Talents rework. Before, to take certain talents in the middle or close to the right side of the talent tree, you had to start from the beginning and take all of the talents on the path to the desired ones, whether you need them or not. Now it's a flexible tree where you can select specific talents and move in any direction toward different branches. I mean, that's cool because for players who haven't leveled up their talent trees, such flexibility can let them take exactly the talents they want without spending a limited amount of upgrades on talents that won't make a big difference for their gameplay. And of course, for players who maxed out their talent trees, this flexibility provides an opportunity to take all the talents they want and have versatile and rich builds without the burden of unwanted talents. I think many classes can start to shine like never before just because of this system rework. Mastery tree talent upgrades, which were shown in March, are also going to be released in the coming weeks. If you already forgot about it, this is the system which can give you an opportunity to upgrade certain talents in the mastery tree with the help of upgraded or overclocked weapons, similar to how upgraded and overclocked artifacts and passive talents upgrades currently work. A new set of quests has been added to the game which are focused around the location named steps, but not the steps we all know. I mean, yes, the steps we know, but steps on steroids. The location has been reworked in certain ways, and according to developers, it should be more immersive, atmospheric and visually striking for you. There are 83 new quests with a decent amount of experience, gear, gold and coins. The whole storyline has been voice acted, so for those who appreciate the lore of Corepunk, it might be a good way to spend a few evenings. Overall improvements to the questing were also implemented. You can now track and untrack quests, quest directions will be shown on the minimap, and other UI improvements to this aspect. Let's talk about future content. There is no detailed information about the runes in the article. Just a simple clarification that they will be released in the coming weeks together with the Mastery Tree talent upgrades. What's next? Next we can expect arenas. There will be two variations: classic PvP arenas where players compete against each other in randomized arenas, and the PvE one where two parties compete with each other on which party will deal the most damage to the boss with a real-time damage meter. This is the type of content I personally haven't encountered before in other games, so it will be interesting for me to see how engaging it may be. Teams will be able to modify boss effects before the match to make it easier for themselves, for example, and make it harder for the opposite team. After arenas, we can expect a new dungeon, also in two variations, one with keys and affixes similar to PvE Prison Island, and a competitive mod for two parties. The dungeon will be located in the depot location, a spot famous if you wanted hacks from scrags and for gold farming. We can expect new enemies in this dungeon. Additionally, depot will be completely reworked to enhance its atmosphere and immersiveness. So these were short-range plans. The developers want us to play this content as soon as possible, but they also acknowledge issues with timing and estimates, which is glad to see. I still remember them promising just 1 month before early access that players could expect Prison Island, dungeons and half of the inaccessible classes at its launch. When I think about this now, it actually brings me some positive emotions. No negativity here, this is simply how game development works. What's next? Developers see the game with Prison Island, dungeons, PvP arenas, diverse itemization options, an economy with open market trading and gathering and crafting as a solid foundation for player engagement, replayability and a promising position in the MMORPG market. According to the article, September is the time frame when they'll shift focus to heroes, guild features and open world activities. This means we won't see new heroes in the short term, though the overall plans are promising. But again, don't set expectations for yourself. This was not written in the article, this is just my advice. Regarding the release, as stated, developers are pushing hard to deliver as promised by the end of the year. About wipes, as previously stated, no wipes will occur unless critical or necessary issues arise. But the day the game is released, there will definitely be a progress wipe, though all skin collections earned during early access will be saved and transferred to the release version. Personally, it's a pretty big surprise for me not to see a single wipe since early access started, especially considering there were quite a few during the alpha stages. It is great to see the developers' growth in this area. It is also worth mentioning that a few days ago, a new event launched focused on Prison Island bosses and their elimination. You take quests, complete them, and receive various mounts styled after Prison Island bosses' heads. If you defeat all bosses according to the quests, you'll earn a spider mount decorated with all the boss heads. There are a few persistent quests, and others are going to rotate every 2 weeks. Note that certain quests and bosses require a specific dungeon level if you completed them in PvE mode. Good luck to you if you are going to participate. And that's pretty much all for today. One thing I like to mention is that sometimes people miss or just don't want to pay attention to positive things or what progress was made, which can lead to some dissatisfaction. It can be a job situation, a game, relationships or whatever. That's why I think developers, to finish the article, decided to mention in detail what was achieved since early access started and what was made to make the game better. I won't list all 101 features they've implemented, but if you are interested in these details, check out the article linked in the description. It contains additional information that wasn't covered in this video to keep things simple. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.